So 1.4.2, same idea, but we're just going to be dealing with multiplying and dividing. And if you look, it's really just the same basics. So I think a lot of the problems you just multiply the two limits, divide the two limits. All I stuck here was kind of a couple special cases, so let's go over that. So the idea here is if we tried each individual one, like the limit of f of x, x approaches -1, we see that that is 0. But the problem is the limit of f of x, or I mean g of x, h of x, as x approaches -1 does not exist. But that doesn't mean that the quotient doesn't exist. So let's go ahead and check that quotient from both the left and the right hand side. So the limit as x approaches -1 from the left of f of x over h of x, well, that would equal, well, f of x from the left is 0 over h of x from the left is -1, which is 0. And then the right-hand limit as x approaches -1 from the right. Well, if you check f of x from the right, it's 0. And h of x from the right is 2, which is also 0. So guess what? Once again, we see the left-hand limit and the right-hand limit, even though it looks like it's going to fail because this limit seems like it's not going to work because h of x does not exist. The limit of h of x doesn't exist there. If we break it apart and we take a look at the left and the right-hand limit individually, then we could see that the limit exists because it's both the same from the left and the right-hand side, and that limit as x approaches -1 of f of x over h of x is 0 because the left-hand and the right-hand limit are the same, which is 0. This problem seems to be the same as well. We'll take a look at it though and see what happens. So once again, we can see that the limit of g of x here is x approaching -2 does not exist. So what we're going to do is split it into two different cases. So we'll have the left-hand limit. So g of x from the left is 4 and h from the left is 2. So it's going to be 4 times 2, which is 8. And then from the right, we get 2 for g of x from the right-hand side is 2. And then h of x from the right-hand side is also 2, giving us 4. So this time, the limit as x approaches -2, g of x times h of x does not exist.